Hey everybody, it's John from the App Review Zone. Today we're going to be reviewing the free voice over IP app, SendHub. Okay, SendHub is a free voice over IP app you can get from the App Store that gives users free voice over IP phone calls, free voice over IP text messages, and also gives you users group texting as well as a free autoresponder to text messages. Basically, here's how it looks. You've got your favorites. You can connect to your iPhone contacts, so you can search for any contacts that are part of your phone. Here's some messages I texted myself. There you go. And keypad. So if you want to make a phone call, and then here's the profile. Profile will show you how many messages you've sent, how much minutes you've used, your groups that you've set up. Maximum group size is 50, and I'm not sure what API requests are. I haven't had enough time to figure that out yet, but beside that, I kind of think this is really a pretty cool app. The free text messages are awesome. The free phone, quality wise, I would say the phone calls are comparable to any other voice over IP that I've used before. I've used Comcast voice over IP. I've used Clearwire's one. I've used a couple others, and they all, and Skype, they all kind of sound the same. They're, the quality is not quite as good as cell and not quite as good as landline, but it's good enough where you can understand what the person's telling you. So, I mean, with that, and the fact that it's free, and then they give you the free texting and the free group messages and the free autoresponder, I really don't see where you could have a problem with getting this app. I mean, it would be extremely useful. Appearance-wise, it's pretty good. I mean, there's nothing fancy about it, but then again, it's a voice over IP app. I mean, it's not a game, so it's not supposed to be fancy. It's supposed to be functional and useful, and that is what it is. It's functional, it's useful, it's very handy for businesses. Here's some settings. You can click on your settings. It'll tell you your number, your name. You can disable voice if you want. You can transcribe, but this is kind of neat too. You send a voicemail, and it takes a few minutes after you get a voicemail. And it takes a few minutes after you get the voicemail, but it'll actually transcribe, or at least attempt to transcribe, your voicemail. You can turn web calls on and off, meaning when you make the call, here, I'll go back to the keypad. You see this toggle switch where it says cell? Right now I'm calling from my cell. If I switch this, see how it says web now? If I switch it to web, now I'm actually calling over voice over IP. So it's kind of convenient because you could use this app as your main calling app and make calls using your cell phone or the voice over IP, either one, and you wouldn't have to get out of it. So you wouldn't have to have two. You have basically used two apps on the same phone. Let's go back to the settings for a second. See what else is here. Also kind of nice. You can set up a signature for texting, so like when it ends, I have my name there. Go back. You can turn incoming messages on or off. You get text support. This is your support line, so if you have any problems, they actually give you a phone number you can call for support. You can see your terms of service, privacy policy. I mean, that's pretty much it. All you do is you download it from the App Store, you set up an account, you have to give it your cell phone number and your name and your email address. You set up your own account and it automatically assigns you a number. They allow you to pick the area code that you want, and it'll assign you a voice over IP number for free, and you can begin making calls. I mean, I was up and running in maybe 2 minutes, and it was up and making calls, and I made a couple calls, sent a couple text messages. Overall, I give this app about 4.5 stars, and I highly recommend it as a free voice over IP option. It's a really nice app, and I hope you like it. But why don't you download it for yourself and leave me some comments below the review on the website, and tell me what you think. This is John from the App Review Zone, and this has been the app review for SendHub.